I am 29 years old. I work in a large company. I am fully self-supporting. I have not been in a long-term relationship for about 3 years. I didn't go on dates and didn't sit on dating sites until recently. This year I had a few dates, remembered these skills, clarified on what date can hold hands. I met Rick at the end of October on the site. He is 34 years old, self-employed, has a business, and used to be in a long-term relationship that ended 2 years ago on his birthday because his ex cheated on him. Says it was her manipulation to make him remember. There seemed to be an attraction between us. We kissed on the second date, slept together on the third. Then I came to him with a suitcase under the pretext that I have an early flight on a business trip, and from him closer to the airport. After that I also went to him, and for 2 weeks we slept at each other's place. Everything was normal. It wasn't bad at all. He will always prioritize work first, then children, parents, and then his wife. I replied that I could be cynical, and if my friend had told me that, I would have told her that the guy just wanted sex and she didn't need to count on anything. He just perked up when he heard about the cynicism. He is very observant. He has better boundaries. He says he won't keep someone if they decide to leave. He doesn't trust anyone after past relationships. He always noticed changes in my voice and asked me what was wrong. I felt safe and shared my emotions and should have covered my mouth. On the phone, for some reason, I started asking him how the relationship should develop. Is he looking for sex only, or what is the format? But he said, just sex he is not interested in. Never once shot anyone in the club he partnerships. Said that now he has a dilemma about me. He was surprised. It's important to have a relationship. With me, the relationship is not serious now. Serious they become in a few months. He does not voice it because not emotional, but it becomes clear by actions and if a person allows him to participate in life. And in general, he is in favor of cold calculation. He wants me to worry a lot, and if I am so emotional now, what will happen later? I thought it sounded like a probationary period, like at work. But also his logic seems to be understandable and agreeable. By that point, we were seeing each other once a week and calling each other every day in the evening. In those calls, I brought up the topic of relationships or my attitude towards him almost every night. I said that I was not in parallel with anyone, but wanted to get to know him. Sometimes he was slow to answer. Sometimes he kept the conversation going. I couldn't stop myself. I didn't understand our format of communication. Then somehow the meeting was canceled because he was delayed at work for an indefinite period of time. I was aware of the situation, but I thought that he would still get to me because he did not cancel the meeting and did not offer to reschedule. When he texted late in the evening that he had just gotten home, I tearfully started asking why I had to wait in vain. Actually, people make or reschedule appointments differently by saying so explicitly. Afterwards, I texted him apologizing that I understood that it was already a hard day and here I was having a tantrum. He replied that such claims alienate him from the person, especially when a person looks through the prism of only his interests. I'm not really into emotional swings. I care about my inner state. And when I feel discomfort, I am very much repulsed by it. I answered that I understand and therefore apologized. I try to look not only through my prism. But in my heart, I did not agree with the emotional swings. It seems that I did not organize them, but rode on his. The next day, I had another tantrum because I didn't understand our format, our communication. He said he felt responsible for my condition and understood that and did not keep and let me go. In the morning, I received a text message that he sat in the evening and thought, and came to the conclusion that in my case, he is not right to make me wait. But he decided that this period is difficult for him, and there is no time to devote to relationships. He just physically can't afford it. It's better if everyone stays in their own way and goes their own way. That's the message I got from him. I called him back right away and told him that I'm a pretty calm and balanced person. I understand that he is now on his feet, and it is difficult. My state is my responsibility. I offered not to chop from the shoulder. Give me time. Said that I signed up to a psychologist to work with his anxiety. I am ready to wait until he will deal with the work. After the conversation, he agreed to try again. We continued to communicate in the same format of meeting once a week and calling late at night. I still don't understand why you would keep in touch if you don't have time for a relationship. It turns out he just wanted to sleep with someone, but not just for fun, but for chemistry. I don't know what I agreed to, even though I asked him to start again. I persuaded him to give it a chance. I promised to make it up to him. He couldn't refuse. He agreed to continue. After a while, he once said that he didn't see my progress, but at that moment I sincerely thought that it was there. By that time I turned on my sniffer and found him on another dating site. He sits there regularly. I told him about it. He denies that he doesn't correspond with anyone there. He doesn't want to and doesn't have time. The last 2 weeks I was given the most difficult emotionally. I cannot work and sleep, all thoughts in his direction. I was fine with him. I at some point stopped calling him. He dialed after a few days. He finally noticed that I disappeared and that I do not do his brains. I'm trying to keep myself busy, but it's not working out so well. I've called twice in the last week, 2 days apart. We don't text. The first time we just talked. At the end, I decided to say that I realize how much wild things I have done, and it was wrong for him to listen to all this emotionality from a stranger. I do not know if our communication will be formed further. I say this not to leave an impression of myself hysterical, and that I would like to continue to communicate. I realize that lip, justify, and constantly talk about his desire to continue. Soon he may get tired of it. Maybe I destroyed his sympathy for me with this. The second time our conversation did not really happen. He was busy. Before there was a feeling that there was a connection between us. I believed and waited, but now there is no connection. Just strangers trying to talk about something. I try to direct all my energies to restore my resources, but I'm not very good at it. I try to look at past events with different eyes. He knows that I am jealous and often mentioned that the ex-girlfriend writes to him still, but he does not read and does not block her. He regularly notices, tells me about it, how women pay attention to him. I do not react to such phrases. He considers himself an enviable fiancé. Maybe he's telling me all this to get rid of me. And I decided that I want to be in his life. I made it up, but he does not offer me anything. I ask myself why I need a man who suddenly disappears for 2 hours in the middle of a conversation and then says that a man visited him. I still won't understand. He doesn't care about me at all. I don't understand. If he was so bothered by my serious conversations, why did he have to call himself or answer my calls and listen to all this? Did he really like me that much? I don't understand then. What happened now? Why this sudden loss of initiative? Or was it just to keep in touch to get access to my body? I have a feeling that our conversations never really went well. If I did not bring up the subject of relationships, he has nothing going on except work and letters from the ex, as if. Or maybe I'm just thinking about my body too. Maybe he doesn't really need it, my body? He doesn't talk to me much anymore, and I'm still looking for a reason to destroy the relationship that didn't work out. I wanted the status of bride, but I did not get to it. After all, he pivots away from me, and as if asking to leave him in order. I'm tired of myself. I see that I appropriated a man, did not show respect for his words, made a lot of mistakes. I almost realize with my mind that I probably don't need such a man, but with my heart I am still there, hoping and waiting for him back. I don't need him, I say, but does he need me? I realize I don't need him at all. We did not put a point, everything as if frozen in a vacuum. I am afraid that I will not meet a man who will want the same, to be as gallant and attentive as he was at the beginning of acquaintance. I hurt at the thought that I for once felt alive, and all by myself ruined. I haven't had a relationship in a long time, and this one didn't work out. But I still think about him. Is it still appropriate for me to be in touch with him? I can't stop thinking about him. Or is it time to detach from him as from food, to turn to their own resources? To detach, it is necessary to realize that there is no sympathy left at the moment. And no additional conversations cannot improve the situation, only worsen. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please.